Mary Ryan, I'm Max CEO, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about the Therapeutic Community and how did it start and how did it begin. We started the journey on our Therapeutic Community for Children about 2 years ago. And for a few years prior to that, I had been saying, why are we not providing accommodation and support for the younger age group? Because as you know, Max traditionally works with the older age group, 16 to 25. And I suppose what we were increasingly seeing was that a lot of our young people, and particularly a core group of young people in particular, they were really finding it hard to sustain their tenancies and really to get connected with society. And the outcomes for those kids was really poor. And we know that that's nothing new. I'm not saying anything new here. So this was, I suppose I've been doing leaving after care for 27 years, and that has been a recurring problem with this group of young people who've been through the care system. And when they journeyed out of the care system, their life chances were pretty bleak. So we got to thinking about, well, could Max do something, an earlier intervention at the younger years? So we were lucky enough to get funding from the Build and Change Trust to do some research into providing a therapeutic community for children, and also looking at models of practice. So myself, some managers, some staff, and essentially some young people got together. We went on the Social Innovation Programme. It was a 6-week programme through the Build and Change Trust, which used the design thinking model. And the design thinking model helped you to look at all the information that was desktop reviewed, look at lots of kind of different information, but also it was very good because it kept us to very tight time frames. And so during that course, we looked at other children's homes. We went to Tipperary and we looked at Galtee Children's Home, and we looked at Compass Children's Home, and then we went all the way to Denmark, and we visited 6 children's homes in Denmark. And I suppose what we learned from those visits was that the children needed something more family friendly, smaller homes to live in, and I suppose crucially for us, the staffing model was not that 24/7 staffing model that staff, the team, the house parents lived there for a longer period of time. And we also researched about 50 of our own young people that had been through the care system, and what they said was the good things about living in care was that it gave them safety. They really appreciated that sense of safety, being safe, very important to them. The relationships that they could build with staff, and also the camaraderie that they had with the other young people or the other young children in the home at any given time. What they said they didn't like about living in care was that at times it was quite institutionalised, that rules were kind of blanket rules, they were individualised rules, and that the environment itself could be quite institutionalised looking, and also that it was harder for them to form relationships with staff when it was that 24/7 shift model, and that they would have liked staff being around for longer periods. We took all the views on board and we started to develop our own model, what we have today. And that is a therapeutic community for children aged between 6 and 12. We were lucky to meet Aideen Brannett in our journey, and we are going to apply the Just Right State model as an intervention that we're using in the home. Aideen's going to talk about that later on, so I'm not going to go into that in detail. And we also were really lucky to employ a clinical psychologist, Michelle Kavanagh. And crucially, Michelle's role is to support and develop the staff in reflective practice, but to really ask the question, how is your behaviour impacting on the children? Because I think a lot of the times our microscope is on the children and we forget to look at the staff, and what impact and what they do has a huge impact on the children that they support and live with. So we have a staff team of 10. We have 6 house parents who will work 5 days on and 5 days off. Now, when we recruited for these house parents, people said, No one will ever do that kind of hours. And I thought, well, that's my ideal job. I would love to be working in a community and to be there for a really good period of time. And lo and behold, we got loads of people interested in the job. And today we have 6 really good, strong house parents who will really embrace, I feel, the life of the Max community. And we also then have 4 activity workers who will be the link between the young people, the children in the house, and the external community. So that's basically the model of practice within the children's home. And the ethos is very much around a family life, family home, keeping the routines and rituals going that will be established in any family home. And we're going to place a big emphasis on cooking and nurturing, and the fact that the staff there won't be any cleaners or cooks. The staff, the team, the house parents and activity workers will be expected to provide that nurturing environment, and that includes cleaning and cooking and being with the children.
I'm one of the house parents in my house. I feel I've sort of had a journey through Max, and I've worked in different services. Got really interested in my house. Well, we didn't know it was going to be called that then, way back when the research, if you want to call it that, was being done. So I heard the idea and what we think it was going to be then. It was really interesting. From even the way it was run, staff went to Denmark and down south to look at different setups and different methods and ways of working and stuff. It was all really different, which I'm not actually surprised at, because Max, look for the thing that's just right. Funny enough that we're using the just right state, but I think to me it was just, from the start, it was how serious this was being taken and how much it meant to people. And for me, that is where the buy-in was for me, because our children and young people deserve, to get this just right approach. In my eyes, I sort of see it as warm and homely and a family home, creating that opportunity and just being a family. Sort of then, when obviously through the interview process and all, the interview process was, in my opinion, it was really different compared to any other interview process, but it had to be like that because we had to get the right people. This is too important to not get the right staff. So through the interview process, I think I got to see more of us as people and get a better understanding of how we would work or where we were coming from. Part of our training was around narrative. So what narrative do I bring as a staff member? What narrative does a young person bring? What is the experience, and how does our experience impact on our outlook in life or way of work and stuff? So all of that, was really empowering and motivating for me. So thankfully, I did get the role as house parent, and then started, it was looking for the right place for them to be, and then it was like, what was home look like? We collectively made a decision that young people, they need to make it their own space, and we did this by saying, well, they decide what colour they want the room, what they want in the room, giving that ownership. Basically, the way a family would say, what do you think? Do you think you would want this in the room? So it's all that different, all that personal things, all that extra touch that really makes me so proud and happy that I am a part of this whole experience, and the surrounding here. I just can't wait until our young people come in and, you know, the energy that that'll bring, and just looking at what's working, what isn't working, you know, do we need to change anything, and really, you know, being active in terms of actively listening to young people's opinions and their experience, and adapting if we need be, or bringing more of whatever it is in. So I just think if it was to round it all off, it's just, in my opinion, it's totally different, it's totally new, it's an approach and a way of working or being that needs to happen. And I think for me, it's speaking to some of our young people who have in the past, you know, been in different care settings and their experience, and for me individually, you know, to try and be what they wanted to get out of it, you know, trying to create that experience and trying to just make it personal, warm and loving.
I am a young person who lives within the Max community. As a young person who also at one point went through the care system within residential care homes, I was really flattered and honoured to come and give some feedback on what I thought about the standards of how things are going to be run within the therapeutic communities. I was totally impressed. I think that everything has been measured, and every corner of everything has been visited, and as opposed to the care that I experienced, I can tell by the amazing staff I've met so far that their hearts are in the right place and they are going to do an amazing job. I was up and I did look through the house, and I was explained that there would be no cleaners, no kitchen staff, no outside interference, which was always pretty unsettling for myself and other people. Another thing that I thought was great was the fact that their handover periods and their shift patterns, they will work on a 5-day rota, and basically what I was used to was twice daily was the hourly handover, the 1 hour handovers in a locked room. Everyone was without adult company for almost an hour and a half, twice daily, and to see that they'll not have to go through that and everything is going to be so relaxed and so the opposite of what I had, it's just not unsettling at all. I think it's great, and I think that whenever I was up visiting the Therapeutic Community's house, I was introduced to the Just Right State and the course that they will be working with for the kids. Whenever I did first start it, I was introduced to it and showed what was going on. I was kind of confused. I was like, what is happening? And I was a bit anxious to start with, but as I kind of got brought into it, I realised it did have a purpose, and I was very impressed, and I feel like it will work really well with the young kids. It will mould them, it will help them, the support, it all seems like it will be there. I'm just glad that they're getting something that I felt I never did get. I just feel that the aspect of care, that's the main thing here. The difference that I see is this is the way that things that always should have been run. I don't see why this is only a new thing that's happening, and I'm really proud of the Max family for like starting this up, and I said to the guys that I could see this in 5 years' time being 10 times bigger than what it is now, and I wish them all the best, and I know it's going to work out really well and they're going to smash it, so good luck.
Well, my name is Aaron McQuaid and I am a house parent for the Therapeutic Community for Max supporting children and young people. I want to tell you just a little bit about my house, which is the home that we're up here working out of. There's a great group of the team who've been trained in the Just Right State programme, which will be the main thing that we use here for regulating the young people. It's been a great programme, and I personally am very excited to use that programme for our young people to help regulate them and give them a better chance and a better deal in life. We've all come from very, very different backgrounds, from social workers to youth workers, people who've worked in residential care. Everybody very professional in their own right. Very keen to get into my house and really work with the children and to try and help them help themselves. The best thing about this programme is the age range that we can take the children from. My house is open for children between the ages of 6 and 12. It's a great age. I know the young people who get it may have experienced a lot of trauma in their life, but with the team here, the support that we can provide and the training that we have been given through Just Right State programme and the sensory attachment intervention, I feel that we can make a real difference in helping these young people through regulation, through play, whatever is necessary that feels right for them and really suits their needs.